Good morning students. Now today we are going to move forward in our chapter with a case study. As we have already went through advertisement, warehousing, insurance, banking and finance, transportation and communication, all these were auxiliaries to trade. Now we'll be going through a case study here. Rajiv wants to start a wholesale business. Okay, here. So what is Rajiv is planning here? An internal trade part, wholesale business he wants to start of ready-made garments, means clothes. But he is hesitating as it involves various problems such as searching for customers. Now this is the first problem with him, searching for customers. For moving goods from place of production to the market. So he is concerned that how to move goods from one place to the market. Now informing customer about new designs and new variety every season. Threat of risk loss by fire or by accident. Storing the excess stock of goods. Now he is concerned about each and everything here. Here he is also concerned about this, how to inform the customer about his product. Like he will be selling ready-made garments. So how the customer will come to know that he is having a such kind of business and they will approach him. So this is a problem for him because he is going to add new varieties every time and he want them to be informed. Now threat of risk loss by fire or accident. If any risk happen, like suppose somebody has done the theft in your business and all your stock is gone, then you cannot do anything. And also there is fear that there are chances, possibility that the fire can break out at his shop. So that will be another problem. In this case also he will be in loss. Now storing this excess stock of goods, and he's also concerned that for how to store this lot of stuff, like he will be having a lot of stock of the garments. So where is he going to keep this stock? That is another problem. So all these are hindrances or problem which he is thinking about. Now what happened? He approaches his friend Sandeep, who explained him about some branches of the commerce which can help Rajiv to overcome his hesitation. Now under this topic commerce, we discussed all this banking, insurance and different topics yesterday. So just Sandeep, the guy who is helping him, who is his friend, he's telling him about all these branches that can help him. Now here you'll have to find the A part, state the type of business Rajiv is planning to start. So Rajiv is planning to start a wholesale business. It is given at the top. B part will be state which dimension of business can help Rajiv to overcome these hindrances. So which dimension of business? So definitely it is commerce which can help in. Under commerce we learnt about this banking activity, insurance activity, warehousing activity, advertisement activity. All these things are auxiliaries, all these things are services which helps in doing any kind of trade. Here he will be doing a wholesale trade, he wants to enter a wholesale market. So all these entity are going to help him. Okay, now the C part will be specify different type of auxiliaries to trade which can help Rajiv to overcome his problems. Now quote the line from each para from the above. So here from above you'll have to find out what kind of auxiliary he is going to take or help of service he is going to take. Now here the first one will be for moving the goods from one place to production to the market. So you will have to move your goods, whatever you are making, you will have to transport that goods into the market. So you will be requiring the transportation services or logistic firms services who help you to transfer or move your goods which are finished goods to the market. Now informing the customer about the new designing variety added every season. So for informing the customers, he will have to take help of advertisement companies. They will be doing marketing and advertising activity for him, such as hoarding or putting the ads on the TV like that. Now the threat of risk of loss by fire or accident. For this, he is going to take insurance. If anything wrong happens and suppose fire breaks out and he is having a loss because his all goods are been destroyed in that fire, so this insurance company is going to pay him the amount. Last is storing the excess of stocks of goods, etc. So here he is concerned about how to store this excess goods. So warehousing is the answer. Warehousing is a place where all the stocks are kept to make possible quick delivery at different places where the demands of goods are there. This will be the answer for this case study. Now let us move forward with our topic business risk. Now, business risk refers to the probability of losses or inadequate profit due to uncertainties or unexpected events which are beyond control. In simple words, we can say business risk means chance of incurring losses or less profit than expected. For example, demand of a product may decline due to the change in taste and preferences of a customer, or due to change in fashion, or due to change in competitors policy, etc. These factors cannot be controlled by the businessman, and this can result in decline of profit or can also lead to loss. So here, what is business risk? Business risk is that future uncertainty about which a businessman is not certain. He don't know what can happen in the future. There are possibility that the taste and preference of the people will change in the future, and maybe they will try to buy different type of goods and product. Suppose today you like wearing canvas shoes. Tomorrow suppose your choice is our preference is not canvas shoes. Tomorrow will be it will be possible that your preference will be leather shoes. Now your demand has shifted from canvas shoes to leather shoes. So here if somebody was making canvas shoes and selling those canvas shoes in the market, he will be in problem. So he will have to replace his existing machinery with the machinery which can produce leather shoes. So this will be just like a loss to him. Even on the other side, these all these factors are not in the control of the businessman, because the choices, taste and preference of customer cannot be controlled. So in future we don't know what can happen, what will be the strategies of the competitor. Suppose in the car manufacturing industry or automobile industry there are various car making company, or you can take example of Jio, Reliance Jio SIM. Now you already know that Reliance had made internet free. So what happened? Many people left Airtel, Idea, Vodafone, and they started buying the products of Reliance Jio. So this was the strategy of the Jio, and they were convincing the people, and most of the customer joined Jio. And because of that, the other companies took losses, but they never thought anything like this will happen in the future. So every business contains some risk, and this risk is cannot be eliminated. Like you cannot finish the risk completely. There will always be some risk which will be involved in any type of business. Now what is the nature of business risk? Business risk arise due to the uncertainties. Uncertainties means when you are not sure of what is going to happen in future. Common examples of uncertainties are change in demand, government policy, and technology. Business risk is due to this uncertainty. So here we can say that business risk is uncertain. You don't know when it is going to happen, because you don't know what will be the policy of the government. Is government going to increase the taxes on the corporate or decrease the taxes on corporates? Or what kind of technology will be coming, and it is going to make your production outdated, because the change in technology is a big factor. You'll have to again spend a lot of money on this investment of this technology. On the other side, demand is another factor. So here we can see that business risk is arising due to uncertainties of the future about which a businessman is not sure. Second, risk is an essential part of every business. So risk is an important characteristic of business. So you cannot separate risk from business. No business can avoid risk, although degree of risk may vary. Risk may be reduced but cannot be eliminated. So what can we do here? You can reduce the risk. Okay, how can you reduce the risk? You can reduce the risk by being cautious. Suppose your shop is there, so you can adopt some measure for the safety of your goods, like you can keep security guards for so that nobody is going to steal anything from your company. So here we can say that it can be reduced, the risk can be reduced, or you can take insurance. So as the insurance company is not going to pay you the entire amount, they're only going to pay you the amount according to their settlement process, which can be little less than the complete amount. So here the risk will definitely be there. Okay, just if you take example of your car insurance, if your car has been destroyed due to fire somehow, then the company is going to pay the full money on the iron parts and the less money on the parts which are made up of fiber. So here some amount you will have to contribute, and some contribution will be done from the side of company. So here the insurance company will not be giving you the entire amount. So here some loss or risk is definitely on you. So this part cannot be reduced. You risk this risk cannot be reduced completely. Okay, so you can just mitigate the risk, which means just reduce it, but you cannot eliminate this. You cannot finish the risk because it is just like an indispensable part of business. Now, if you look at the example of IT companies, what do they have? They are only installing computers inside their companies. Say, for example, Infosys. Now, what kind of asset they are having? They are just having only these computers in their offices. So, if even in case of fire, if the building catches fire, their loss is not going to be much. But think about a manufacturing company which has installed a production capacities machinery which are very costly of crores of rupees. So their valuation will be extremely high in the market, and if such kind of fire happens, strike out over there, then all such assets will be destroyed. So here the risk is more in the manufacturing company and less risk is there with the IT companies. Now degree of risk depend upon the nature and size of the business. So here in this previous part, here they were talking about degree of risk. So I told you about IT company and manufacturing industries. Okay, now here again they are telling you the degree of risk upon the nature and size of business. So one factor is size and other factor is nature. So nature I just described already. It is just IT company is a kind of company where the risk will be less because the investment is very less. On the other side, on manufacturing company, the investment is going to be very high, so that is going to be a high risk business. Now it also depends on the size of the business. If a small scale business is there, then the risk will be less, and if a business is vast or huge in size, then the risk will be more. The degree of risk depend upon the type of business. For example, business involved in fashion items bear more risk as compared to the business involved in standardized goods. Similarly, a business operating at large scale bear more risk as compared to the small scale business. So here they are telling you that the companies which are involved in fashion making items, just like good accessories or clothes, so fashion used to change in the future. The old fashion will go and the new fashion will come. So because of this, there will be a lot of risk on such a kind of companies. On the other side, if the business is small, then the risk will be less. If the business size is large, means they are doing business or doing it on a very large scale, then in this case the risk is going to be more. Now the fourth point, profit is the reward for bearing the risk. Now this is another characteristic of risk, which is profit. The more risk you will take, the more profit you will get. The less risk you will take, less profit you will get. It is very simple. Okay, and if you are not ready to take any kind of risk, then forget about profit. There will be just no gains for you. Now, what are the causes of business risk? What are the factors or what are the causes are the same thing. So here we are going to learn about this causes, which causes this risk. So first is natural cause. Nature is an independent phenomena and human beings have no control over it. Natural calamities like earthquake, flood, drought, famines, etc. affect a business a lot and can result in heavy losses. Now here we can see some factors are natural. Suppose flood is coming or earthquake is coming, and due to it our business has been collapsed. Just we have seen in Gujarat it happened because of earthquake. So much vast destruction was there, and many company because of that took the losses. Now here it affects a business losses, and these company will be having no scope in the future. So these are natural cause. Now this is also uncertain because you cannot predict that when the flood will come or when the earthquake is going to come. So this is again unpredictable. You cannot know when this is going to happen. So here these natural causes are such type of uncertain factor that human being cannot make any preparation against. So we cannot do any kind of preparation for this, and we also cannot control this thing. So these are of natural causes because all these things are done by the nature. It all these are natural phenomena, so we cannot do anything against this. Now human causes. Human means people. People, when they commit mistake in the company, it leads to human causes. Now human causes are related to the chance of loss due to human being or employees of the organization. The dishonesty of employees can bring heavy losses for business. The employees may leak a business secret to a competitor and may commit fraud also. Here the real risk lies with the people. A people can be dishonest. What they can do, they can sell your precious information or blueprint of your product to the outsider. Now when the outsider get the information about your product, he will be making a similar kind of product and he will launch that product in the market, and due to it your product which was secured earlier, now everybody will come to know about the formula of your product, and this will bring you losses. Now here on the other side, some employees who are in good position, they used to do fraud also. So you cannot trust the employees completely. In order to earn more money, what they will do, there are chances that they can do frauds. So these frauds is again done by the people, so it is a part of human cause. The employees may be careless and may mishandle the machinery and resources, which also bring heavy losses by wastage of resource. So here as we know that the machinery and resources are also bring heavy losses by wastage of resources. Means suppose some person is there and due to negligence or carelessness he was just operating a machinery, somehow by accident, because of his mistake there is something damaged inside that machine. Now these machines are, if in any case they are damaged, so this is going to be a big problem, because for repairing the machine you will have to pay some money or amount will be spent, and also the person who is not handling it properly, he will keep doing it because it is in the nature of the human. If human nature is not changing, then doesn't matter, even if you'll repair it again, next time he will commit the same mistake, this thing is going to happen. So for this it is better for an employee to train him properly and take strict action against such a kind of person who is showing negligence in working, because every time company cannot spend lot of money for this. Here the employees may hamper the production by going on strike, riots, etc. This can lead to heavy loss for business. Now these actions, strikes and riots, these are also caused sometimes because if the employee union is there, or trade union is there inside the company. So all these are matters of industrial relationship. The company should maintain good relationships with the trade unions. All these unions or worker unions, in this case, if you are not making good relationship with them, then there are chances that they will be doing strike in your company. And when they will do strike, what will happen ultimately? Your company will be out of production, so production will stop. And at that time, suppose your company is shut down for 5 days, so that 5 days how much product you could have manufactured, so that is going to be a loss for you, which will be in lakhs of rupees. So all this cannot be tolerated. Riots also are not good option. So company should maintain good relationship with the workers, otherwise this will be another risk of human cause. The third one is economic cause. Economic causes are related to the chance of loss due to the change in market condition. There can be price fluctuation in the market, there can be change in fashion, taste and preference of the demand of the customer. Now it can happen in the market that the price will fluctuate, and because of that you will have to drop your price as well and you will be in loss. Suppose lot of competitors are entering the market and they reduce their prices. Now you are not having any kind of option, you will also have to reduce your price. Doesn't matter if you are having even a good quality, sometimes the people will go to buy the cheap products simply because they are cheap. So here the here the company should always be in condition to reduce the prices, because they will be compelled to do that. Now on the other side, taste and preferences, we already discussed, it cannot be controlled by the businessman. Now there can be change in the degree of competition. All these have a direct impact on the earning of the business. Because of this competition, what happens? The impact of the earning changes. Suppose today there are only two companies are there manufacturing cold drink, Pepsi and Coke. Suppose now more companies are there, they are also selling their cold drinks all over India. What will happen with the demand of Coke and Pepsi? If such a thing happen, the prices will have to be dropped. They will have to drop their prices, or they will be losing their market share in India. So all these things should be carefully looked into. All these are economic causes. When change in government policy affect the business a lot, for example in 1971 when Janta government came, the power the Coca-Cola company and many other foreign companies were sent back from India. Now when in 1971 what happened, they are giving example when this Janta government came. So their policy was that to throw out all these foreign based companies outside India, so that there'll be only domestic companies which will be operating in India. Now this was the thinking ideology of that party. Any party when it comes, it is having some kind of ideology. So this was the ideology of Janta government. So even they are thrown out such a big company like Coca-Cola, which is known as a big giant in the this beverages sector. So this can happen even with a multinational company as well. So it is not like that multinational company don't face any kind of risk or problem. Here example is given. Even Coca-Cola has faced it. Now the fourth part, physical causes. All causes and which result in damage of assets are considered as physical causes. For example, change in technology. Now here what is physical cause? Which result in the damage of assets. Suppose your asset is damaged somehow, because when it can happen, when change in technology is there. Now you'll have to replace that outdated machinery, because now you'll have to make something else. Just like we decided, or we discussed about the example of canvas shoes and leather shoes. So you'll have to change your canvas shoe the machinery with the leather shoes machinery. So again this is a change in technology which has given you loss. So this is another cause. Result in machinery being outdated, use of the old technology. Machinery defects may result in damage of assets, such as bursting of boiler, accident to employee. Now any kind of physical damage means something is happening with the assets of a company. if it is getting burst or being some kind of accident by the employee. So all these things can be done inside the company due to some negligence. Sometimes it happens in the company, like if there is a water which is used to just supply water from one place to another, so for that machinery will be used. So suppose that motor, if it is turned on and it is not been turned off at some standard time or specific time, what will happen with that? That motor will burn, and this will be a problem for the company because they will have to change it. So here, due to negligence, it can happen, or damage is has been happened, but here it was simply some kind of negligence, because person should have turned it off but somebody forgot, and the machine is not working now. So this is kind of physical loss when damage happens to the assets. So that's all for today. We'll be continuing in our next class. Thank you.